Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be testing this together using the Arnold Renderer. So let's dive straight into it. So if you click this default shading, this is how it looks. But this shouldn't be your final output. Okay. So for this to flow well, we're going to, for example, this. Let me check. Okay, this is a piece. It's fine. This should be different. Okay, so let's move on. I think this should be a piece too, so I'm going to click this, come to my attach. Don't forget, you can only see your attach when you convert to a typical poly. Click this and click this. Okay, it becomes one, so that I can use one material for them. These two, click this. Sorry, I'm done with that. Okay, I would love to combine this into one. To click, come to attach, click, and click that too. Okay, so I think that is all. This is a piece. For these ones too, I would love to make them a piece. So convert to editable poly, and come down to attach. This, and this. So I'm good. Okay. Then for this, okay, I have something here. I don't need this. For this ones here, I don't need. I think there should be fewer. Click this. Move them into perspective like so. Okay. Then click this one here. Right click. Convert to typical poly. Then attach this. Okay, so I'm good. So we're going to texture this. So we are using our, sorry, I think I'm doing some funny things here. Okay, yeah. So we're going to texture this using our Arnold Renderer. In our last practicals where we modeled the spoon, the plates, and all of those, if you remember, we use I just hit my M here. You can click this. We use our compact material editor, but in this class we're going to use our slate material editor. Let me delete this actually. Number two, in the last class we didn't use we didn't import materials, okay, but in this class we're going to use materials that we imported. So we're going to import materials. I'll show you how to import materials into 3ds Max and use them on your model, or use them while modeling. Okay, so slate material editor, we're going to import materials. There's a website that you can use. There are many websites, but I like using ambientcg. Okay, as you can see, ambientcg.com. all right, it will load. Okay, when it loads, you can click any of this. We have surfaces, all right, we have environment. Okay, so maybe you can click all assets depending on what you want. All right, and okay, agree, and I think I'm good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is maybe click wood. Okay, this will load up wood for you. So I want to download two materials, or three. I want to download gravel, sand, or wood. Okay, so this is the one I have here. This ones. So you could just come here and okay, wood has loaded. You could find the one that look like what we want to model. I think this is what we want to model. We want to create this effect more like this. Well, let's see. So all you need to do is to come here. If this looks like what you want, or let's say this, I'm going to be using the one I've downloaded already. Okay, this is wood. You don't need to go so high. 2K is important, it's okay. So you could just click and it downloads. Alright, so when it's done downloading, you come to your downloads. Come to your downloads. You can, let me cut this and keep it in my folder, 3ds Max. You could just, okay, 3ds Max testers. You could just paste it here. Then unzip. Okay, extract files, extract to. When you're done, you're going to be seeing all of this. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to get a sand and a gravel, so to say. So for me, I have mine already. You can just come and play around and get more assets till you are good to go. You can search keywords. Let's say I search okay, you can find the graph that you want. Alright, so all you need to do is that you're going to download your gravel, your sand, and your wood. We're going to use them as textures, maybe not all, but let's see. So when you're done, you can hit this, right? Now we're going to use our Arnold, so you can just right click, you can come here, do surface, standard surface, and drag this here. Okay, don't use this, drag this in. You can zoom. I would love this to be big. Okay, let's make this full. Okay, so let me come again with that. Okay, I came to my Arnold. First of all, it might be collapsed like this. Click your Arnold, go to surfaces, click it, and bring in your standard surface. So the next thing is that after you've unzipped, we're going to be having some things here. Alright, but our major concern is this one called color, because in your Arnold, when you are in your standard surface, your base color is like your diffuse color, which is the major color of your object. So if you wanted to use a regular color in a software, we could just play with our colors here. But for us, we're going to be importing that. So we come in here, we drag this in, 3ds Max, and paste it here. So your slate material editor is node based. So we're going to bump this to this here, right? Then click this now. Let's drag them into, zoom in a bit. So this is already one. Okay, so we're going to apply this here. So we're clicking that. We are good. Okay, we are good. So from now we're going to keep this to this side. We're dragging another one for our wood. Okay, we would so this is, what do we just apply here? I think we just played around with our wood. Okay, that is wood actually. We're supposed to be using sand. I think maybe sand for the wall. So we are going to bring in our sand here. Okay. Zoom in. Okay. So let's get this clear. This is our sand. So we need to correct this. We call it sand. While this is our wood. Type it wood. Okay. So judging by what we have here, this it's supposed to be bumped with the sand. So I'll click this, and apply this. Okay, more like the sand. Okay, then okay, so we have used sand for this. I think this is going to be wood. So just like how you orbit, of course you can't orbit here, you pan with your middle mouse button, so you can do that with your middle mouse button. Okay, and zoom in and out. Okay, so this is going to be wood. So click this, make sure it's selected, click there, Same thing with this. Click it. This should be wood too. Okay. Click there. Alright. Alright, so I think this too is going to be sand. So we have to click this. Make sure it's clicked in sand, and this should be wood, I think. Open the door, let's see. This should be wood too, so let's go to wood. Okay, click this and it's applied there. Wood, I guess. Door made up of wood. Okay, so let's see what we've been able to model thus far. F4. Okay, so this is just it. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to apply my UVW modifier to this here. Okay, and I'll come here and UVW, click. You can see the way the UVW map is, you're going to choose, let's say, a parameters that works well with what you have here. More like any of this option of the parameters here. If this is circular, you choose circular cylindrical, but it's more of a box, so I'll click the box and I'm having this here. So you can, with this you can play around with the distribution. Okay, on the U, the V, the height, basically. Okay, so let's move on. I think we are good now. For this part, let's say, okay, let's load this again. Okay, we have our, we have the sand, we have the wood. I think we have one more material that was downloaded. Let's see. But before then, now if you look at this, we have the ground, we have the normal, we have the roughness. So all of this could be used, but let's keep this tutorial very simple and make use of just the color for now. The displacement, let's see, could maybe go into your displacement map there, depending on. Let's just play around with this only for now. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to bring in a gravel, okay, which is this, right? We're going to bring in this, so we're going to bring in our color. Before then, let's bring in a standard surface again. Let's keep this here, gravel, bring in the color. Okay, then we're going to bump this to base color. Okay, and I'm going to hit this. Probably apply this to the floor, to my floor there, the plane. Let's see that will give us. Not so realistic, but let's see if applying the UVW map will do anything. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to apply the UVW map. Let's do that again. Come here. UVW map here. Did that apply to the right thing? Okay, let's see. Nah. Okay, face. Okay, it's more like a face. It's a face, and I think this gave us something kind of better. Hit my G to remove my grid. I think this was kind of better off. Okay, this was better off to an extent. All right, so that is that basically. All right, so let's add materials to this part. We're going to use the wood instead. Okay, so click this, click this, click. So next thing is that we're going to add our lights. Okay, come here, go to light. Please don't use the photometric or standard, use the Arnold. Click your Arnold light and just click a point here. And we will not be using the, come to your modifying panel, we won't be using the quad light, we'll be using the, let's say, more of the spotlight. Let's check again. We have a spot, we have a skydome light. Let's see the skydome light to see what this will give us. Let's put in the sky. Let's keep it somewhere here. Let's render this and see what we're going to get. Okay, come to your rendering. Before then, in your render setup, make sure this is Arnold, and your active shade mode is also in Arnold. Okay, so let's see, render. That's what this will give us. Okay, so this is what it's giving us. It's so bright, it's still rendering. It takes time to fully render. Okay, but before then, I think I would love to push this upward, my light upward a bit. Maybe take it up. Bring this down like so. Let's render this and see, render. Alright, so this is what we have presently. Okay, so we have presently something manageable, something we could play around with. So this is what we have been able to model thus far. I would love to add one more thing before we go. That's called environment. Okay. Alright, for your environment, if you observe here it's just dark. You could add an environment if you want. So how does that work? You could still go back to your ambientcg, type HDRI. Okay, type your HDRI. If you type that there, you're going to be having different environments that you can make use of. Okay, you could click this, and maybe this is, we can use a 2K. 2K should work for us well. Okay, click and download that. Okay, then I'll move that to my Ctrl X, move that to my folder. Maybe keep that in textures. Okay, I would unzip this. Okay, so I have that here, basically, if I want. Okay, so I'll come to my 3ds Max. Is that fine? For the environment, I could still go in there and let's download the 4K. Okay, download the 4K. Alright, so now that we have downloaded that, we can just, let me, give me a second, let me go to my downloads, copy that, paste it here. Okay, so I'll paste it here, Ctrl B. Now I'm going to extract. So when I extract, please take note of this, okay, that this is what you're going to be using, this day environment HDR 4K. This that ends with HDR. So I'll come into my 3ds Max, hit my 8, okay, 8 is the shortcut, or you can come to rendering, go to environment, is that fine, go to environment, you could click use map, just click, there's none applied, so click here, come down to general, take notes, general, and click bitmap, okay, find where it is on your laptop. I have one here, that is if I want to use it, but I think I can, let's say, let's go back, okay, let's go back, that was on my desktop, 3ds Max, that was under, okay, 4K, as I said, you're going to be using this, not this, not this, the EXR file. Click it, open it, just pop up, hit OK. Okay, then once you're done, you can click there and you can see it will be in the environment there, more like a sky or something. So I think with this, even though okay, let me undo that actually. So with this, I could just maybe drag this. Let's just leave this. Let's render. Okay, maybe I've removed my light. I deleted my light without knowing. Okay. We're supposed to, I'll click my 8 again. Okay, that is my environment here. Okay, we're supposed to turn on physical camera exposure, and probably we have some things to tweak here, but I think that will be advanced for now, so we won't do all of those. Okay, so we'll go back, but I just wanted you to understand that this is how we bring in our HDRI, just in case we need it. Get back in, and I will just turn off my map. Okay, is that fine? I'll turn off my map. Okay, and maybe come back here and turn off. Make sure this is turned off. Okay, then let's render and see what we're going to get. Render this again. So we're having this, right? We're having this basically. So that is just how we, texture using our slate material editor in 3ds Max basically. Okay, so one thing I would love to do is maybe tweak this a bit from this view. Okay, then maybe come here. I'm looking for my light. Okay, my light is here. Click this. Let me see if there's something I could tweak here. Okay, let's see. Okay, show this on, very important. Okay, so let's bring this in. Yeah, basically. So let's render this. Alright, so you got to be patient and wait for it to render. At times it takes a lot of time for it to render. Well, this is the final output. Mine has rendered, so I'll go to my file, save as, okay, desktop. Okay, this PC, I will save it in my 3ds Max folder, call it let's just say mod house, depending. Okay, save. First of all, I will click JPEG here. Yeah, I want it to be a JPEG file. Click save and just click OK. Alright, so I can go in here and find what I just created. Alright, this is what we just modeled in 3ds Max using the Arnold Renderer. Nothing difficult, just basic stuff in 3ds Max. So in the next couple of classes we should be going to designing a full house, more like architectural design. Okay, see you in the next classes. Thank you. Bye.